Hello friends, today we are going to start a video series on basic abdomen anatomy concepts, especially peritoneum. Now we know in abdomen we know it as a magic box, and to diagnose various conditions we need to be have confluent with its anatomy. Now in this video series I am going to focus my attention on peritoneum. Now what is peritoneum and how it is correlated with its abdomen, and how it's arranged, how its spatial arrangement in abdomen and its implication in its anatomy. Today we are going to discuss about these salient features. Now to give you a quick introduction on abdomen. Abdomen is basically a cylindrical cavity, roughly a cylindrical cavity bounded above by thorax, and it's continuous with deep pelvis. Now going to start about abdominal wall. Abdominal wall is divided into two parts, that is anterolateral abdominal wall, posterior abdominal wall. And anterolateral abdominal wall is bounded by our famous abdominal muscles, that is on front we have rectus abdominis, anterolateral muscles are external oblique, internal oblique, then transversus abdominis, then peritoneal membrane. Then we study more about it. Now I am going to demonstrate you how these peritoneum is arranged, what is peritoneum, what is concept of mesentery, and what are concepts of intraperitoneal organs, retroperitoneal organs, peritoneal cavity, abdominal cavity. We have to clear cut discriminate among these terminology, because these are very confusing, but we have to be clear about them. Now taking example of this is anterior abdominal wall, and we are it is a posterior part and this is anterior part. Starting from here, it's a cross section of abdominal wall, and we'll study about this today. Now starting from initial layer, this is sagittal section, front, behind, to orient you. This color is representing skin, this is all skin. Then we come on to this red, this is skin. This red lining represents subcutaneous tissue, it is known as campus fascia. This black is known as scarpa fascia. As we have read in anatomy, facial layers, how tissues are arranged. This is normally arrangement of tissues abdomen. If we cut a sagittal section of abdomen, just to orient you, to tell you again, this is skin, this is subcutaneous tissue, that is campus fascia, and this black lining is scarpa fascia. And then we have muscles. Now we know how muscles are arranged. After coming into fascia, this scarpa fascia is deep fascia. What deep fascia is, that it works as investing fascia. Investing fascia, that is, it acts like a sleeve around the muscles. Just as I am wearing this t-shirt, it's acting like, no, not t-shirt, just my innerwear. Take it example of innerwear. It acts like a tight sleeve around my body. Same and likewise the scarpa fascia, that is deep fascia, as we concept of deep fascia, how it works under the superficial fascia. This is a tight fascia, covers as investing fascia. Now this investing fascia is covering muscles like this. This is deep fascia, and among them we have muscles like external oblique muscles, internal oblique, and then transversus abdominis. So I am representing this green zigzag line, this part, with the three muscles, as I didn't have space to represent all of them. Now this is external oblique, then again there is black layer, that is investing fascia, that I gave you example just right now. This is investing fascia, this between them we have muscles. Now coming back again, this blue part, this is again subcutaneous tissue, that is but we represent it by extraperitoneal tissue fat. We'll study further more about it when I demonstrate you whole 3D structure of abdomen cross sectional area. Then this is, we have again this is transverse fascia, this part transverse fascia, and we this is this is extra this part, this blue lining is extra peritoneal fascia, that is transverse fascia. I correct myself, this blue part is transverse fascia. Then we have extra peritoneal tissue fat, there is adipose tissue, and then we have this parietal peritoneum. Now below this we have structures arranged, that is peritoneal cavity. Then we have structures bounded by visceral peritoneum, and quick time we study more about it. Now having said all this about, just to orient you how I will show you, this is posterior abdominal wall, anterior abdominal from behind. Just we are seeing that if we cut abdomen like this, and this is forward part, this is forward part, and looking from behind, what is that? This is this. So this is the marking as parietal peritoneum, and this is back part, this is post, so therefore that is posterior abdominal wall. So orientation is like this. Now we are taking this as an example of, excuse me, now this is peritoneum. Peritoneum, we are taking this as peritoneum, this polythene bag, and this is we are taking this example of intestinal loop. Just for sake of understanding, simpler understanding, we are taking this as small intestine. Now to give a quick introduction of peritoneum, what is this? Peritoneum is a serous membrane. As we know, we have three serous membranes in the body. First is pleural, then we have pericardium, and then we have peritoneal membrane. Peritoneal membrane is a membrane lining the viscera in the abdominal cavities and providing lubrication to them with peritoneal fluid. Now, how it invests structures, intestinal structures, we have to be really clear about that, and this is the most confusing part which students confuse. Now, as we don't know embryogenically, we can't demonstrate it live. Therefore, we have problems understanding that how it covered the loop of intestine or any viscera, and then how it got arranged. I am showing you the final arrangement, not the embryogenic whole development part, to make it more simpler. Now the final arrangement of peritoneum is like that. Just imagine this as peritoneum membrane, how it infests. It comes like this and invests the whole of the structures like this. Now when it invests the whole structure, we say it's a intraperitoneal organ. Intraperitoneal organ. Just to remind you of it. Now I'm closing it again. Now how it is arranged now? It is one loop in cross sectional area. We are seeing that. We are seeing this. Now this is one loop. It is enclosed within the peritoneum. Now again it comes forward and taken it as another loop. It comes like this, and again it covers. Now we can see it clearly. It is forming a double layer of peritoneum like this. Double layer of peritoneum, 1, 2, and again it is enclosing this hole fully, 2, and it is attached to the posterior abdominal wall like this. And we see this in a cross section area, which we often misunderstood as other thing. Now what is this? when we know that it is a double layer of peritoneum, if we name it as mesentery. Mesentery is nothing but only a double layer of peritoneum which encloses the structure and push it in posterior abdominal wall. It is suspended like this. Now I hope you have got the real idea what is mesentery, what are completed intraperitoneal organs. Now to give example of retroperitoneal organ, what is the basic concept of retroperitoneal organs? Now this is posterior abdominal wall. I forgot to tell you about parietal peritoneum, visceral peritoneum. Just so that tell you more about it. When it is enclosing the structure, name it as visceral peritoneum. And when it comes around here, posterior peritoneum, and just attaches to posterior abdominal wall, then at anterior abdominal wall, it takes name of, as I said, this is parietal peritoneum. After enclosing, it is called as parietal peritoneum. It round curves and turn and completely enclosing this. This is visceral peritoneum. The name goes like this. Now we can see the cavity from here due to peritoneal rotation, spatial organization. Now this we call it as peritoneal cavity. Peritoneal cavity is nothing, there's a round circle of arrangement of peritoneum in abdomen. And you are now clear with this peritoneal cavity, the structure. Just take this example. When peritoneal membrane traverses through all this is peritoneal cavity. And if we remove peritoneal cavity, obviously I'm telling you about now abdominal cavity. This whole is known as abdominal cavity, including the peritoneal cavity. Now I was telling you about retroperitoneal organ. What are retroperitoneal? As we see that some loops are enclosed completely like this, but some loops and some structures are pasted like this. They are not enclosed from behind, so they are called as retroperitoneal. Some examples are kidneys and descending colon, etc. You may check your book for further examples. So this was a concept of retroperitoneal organ, peritoneal cavity, abdominal cavity. And just to give you a quick overview of that, what is abdominal cavity? It is a cavity surrounded by abdominal muscles laterally, front and back, posteriorly. And what is peritoneal cavity? Peritoneal cavity is a lining lined by peritoneal membrane, and it is continuous with abdominal. We say abdominopelvic cavity is different and peritoneal cavity is different. Remember, there are no organs in peritoneal cavity. Peritoneal cavity has no organ. Remember this, it has peritoneal fluid which acts as a lubrication for the visceral organs. Visceral organs, how they are attached to abdominal wall, I hope you are clear with it now, as I said, and you will be easily understanding that why peritoneal cavity has no organs, because just I showed you how structures are arranged like this, and then it takes out. So peritoneal cavity is front of them, not backward of them, and structures are arranged like this. So how can the or viscera can be included in peritoneal cavity? So this completes with my first part. In second part of video I will tell you more about visceral mesentery part, dorsal mesentery, ventral mesentery, little bit of embryological introduction, and some very good diagrams from anatomy books, so that it may clear your doubts which have been there after getting this demonstration live, so that it may clear, those diagrams will clear your residual concepts, residual problems that you have. And I hope this video helped you, and I'm trying to make more live demonstration videos, and just keep tuned. Thanks for viewing. Bye.